Have you ever stood in the cheese aisle, completely surrounded by a glorious, seemingly innocent paradise of dairy delights? The experience itself is a sensory journey, a testament to centuries of culinary artistry. The creamy bries, their velvety white rinds promising a luscious, buttery interior. The sharp, crumbly cheddars, their deep amber hues hinting at a complex, nutty tang. The salty, briny fetas evoking images of sun-drenched Mediterranean shores. It is a veritable celebration of global flavor and tradition, a happy place for food lovers everywhere. But what if I were to tell you that this familiar, comforting sanctuary is hiding a profound secret, one so critical to your long-term well-being that it could literally mean the difference between a vibrant, energetic, and healthy life well past the age of 80 and a future insidiously plagued by hidden, debilitating health risks? It is a shocking and deeply unsettling truth that a simple, everyday choice you make in this very aisle, a choice often made on autopilot based on habit or taste alone, could be quietly and systematically sabotaging your health from the inside out. The statistics are as clear as they are alarming. The vast majority of adults over the age of 60 enjoy cheese on a regular, if not daily basis, incorporating it into their sandwiches, salads, and evening meals. Yet they are, almost without exception, unknowingly making a fundamental and repeated mistake, a critical error in judgment that could be drastically and unforgivingly shortening their lifespan, robbing them of precious years of vitality and joy. This is not a hypothetical scenario or an exaggeration for effect. It is a stark reality that demands your immediate and undivided attention. The science that underpins this urgent warning is nothing short of staggering, and its implications for public health are immense. According to a confluence of clinical studies and meta-analyses that have been accumulating in prestigious but often inaccessible scientific journals, almost 99% of seniors are completely and utterly unaware that certain immensely popular and widely available cheeses could be effectively doubling their risk of a catastrophic heart attack. Furthermore, the consumption of these specific cheeses has been statistically correlated with slashing their chance of reaching their 80th birthday by a truly terrifying 40%. This is not fear-mongering. It is a sober assessment of reality, a conclusion backed by hard, empirical data that, for a variety of complex reasons involving industry influence and the slow pace of public health messaging, rarely makes its way out of the hallowed halls of academia and into the public consciousness where it belongs. Perhaps the most frightening part of this entire revelation is the identity of the single worst cheese currently available on the market, a product so detrimental to your cardiovascular health that it could skyrocket your risk of a debilitating stroke by an unbelievable, almost unthinkable 80%. The chilling fact is that this particular cheese is likely something you or someone you love has eaten within the past week, perhaps even within the last 24 hours, without a single flicker of concern or a moment's hesitation. It is high time to pull back the heavy curtain of marketing and misinformation, to expose the secrets that the multi-billion-dollar dairy industry would much rather you did not know. In the comprehensive guide that follows, we will embark on a journey of discovery. We will uncover the 4 remarkable cheeses that are not just delicious but are true nutritional powerhouses you must actively seek out and add to your diet. And with equal importance, we will identify the 4 deceptive, insidious villains that you need to banish from your refrigerator for good, starting today. Those the secret superfoods hiding in the dairy aisle. The Golden Protector, Aged Gouda. Let's begin our exploration of health-promoting cheeses with a true titan of the dairy world, a cheese that is less of a simple dairy product and more of a potent superfood cleverly disguised as a delectable treat, aged Gouda. When this iconic Dutch classic, with its distinctive caramel-colored paste and crunchy crystalline texture, is allowed to mature for a minimum of 18 months, a truly remarkable and beneficial transformation occurs at the deepest molecular level. The complex protein structures within the cheese, primarily casein, begin to undergo a process called proteolysis. where they are systematically broken down by natural enzymes into smaller, more easily digestible compounds known as peptides and free amino acids. For any individual over the age of 60, this single fact is a nutritional game changer. As our digestive systems naturally and progressively become less efficient with age, producing fewer of the enzymes necessary for complex food breakdown, these pre-digested proteins from aged Gouda are absorbed with incredible ease and efficiency. This provides all the muscle-building and tissue-repairing benefits of high-quality protein without the digestive strain, bloating, or discomfort that can often accompany the consumption of fresher, less mature cheeses. But the true, life-altering magic of aged Gouda lies in a little-known yet profoundly important nutrient that could quite literally save your life. Vitamin K2, specifically in its most potent form, menaquinone 7, MK7. Think of vitamin K2 as a highly intelligent and diligent traffic director for the calcium circulating within your body. In the absence of sufficient K2, calcium, instead of being utilized for its intended purpose, can be deposited into your soft tissues, most dangerously within the walls of your arteries. This leads to arterial calcification, a process where your blood vessels become hard, brittle, and narrow, setting the stage for atherosclerosis, high blood pressure, and ultimately, heart attacks and strokes. Vitamin K2 activates two key proteins, osteocalcin and matrix GLA protein, MGP, which act as the body's natural calcium escorts. MGP diligently sweeps calcium out of the arteries and other soft tissues, while osteocalcin grabs that calcium and deposits it directly into your bones and teeth, where it is desperately needed to maintain strength, density, and structural integrity. Groundbreaking, large-scale epidemiological studies, most notably the Rotterdam study from Japan, have shown unequivocally that individuals with the highest dietary intake of vitamin K2 have up to 50% less arterial calcification and a significantly reduced risk of death from heart disease, alongside demonstrably stronger bones. A single 1-ounce serving of genuine aged Gouda can provide approximately 75 micrograms of highly bioavailable K2, which is more than most people consume in an entire week from all other food sources combined. Furthermore, this cheese is a rich source of conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, a unique and healthy fatty acid that extensive research indicates can help reduce body fat, bolster the immune system's resilience, and even exhibit anti-carcinogenic properties. As a final, welcome bonus, the long aging process also conveniently eliminates most of the lactose, the milk sugar that causes digestive issues for so many, making aged Gouda a perfect and worry-free choice even for those with significant dairy sensitivities. The Italian powerhouse, genuine Parmigiano Reggiano. It is absolutely crucial that you forget the powdery, sawdust-like substance in the green shaker can that is often misleadingly labeled as Parmesan. That product is frequently bulked up with alarming amounts of wood pulp, cellulose, and loaded with anti-caking agents and preservatives. We are talking here about authentic, legally protected Parmigiano Reggiano, imported from its designated region of origin in Italy. This is a cheese so nutritionally dense and biochemically complex that it is essentially an edible multivitamin that happens to taste absolutely divine. Crafted using ancient artisanal methods that have remained remarkably unchanged for nearly 900 years, this king of cheeses possesses an almost unbelievable nutritional profile that makes it a cornerstone of a healthy diet, particularly for the aging body. A single 1-ounce serving of this hard, granular cheese packs a robust 10 grams of exceptionally high-quality protein, but it is the quality and digestibility of this protein that is so utterly astounding. The lengthy and strictly controlled aging process, which must last for a minimum of 12 months but often extends to 24, 32, or even 40 months, breaks down the complex casein proteins so completely that they become incredibly easy for the body to absorb and utilize. This predigestion makes it remarkably tolerable even for individuals with the most sensitive stomachs or compromised digestive function. The calcium content is truly off the charts, delivering approximately 330 milligrams per ounce, significantly more than what you would find in a full 8-ounce glass of milk. Crucially, and this is a point that cannot be overstated, this calcium does not exist in isolation. It comes perfectly packaged by nature with the ideal synergistic ratio of phosphorus and magnesium, two essential minerals that are absolutely required for the body to properly absorb and utilize calcium for bone building. Meticulous research conducted by Italian scientists has discovered that the bioavailability of calcium from genuine Parmigiano Reggiano is nearly 100%, a stark and dramatic contrast to the mere 30% absorption rate seen from many popular rock-based calcium supplements. It is also a complete protein source, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids in a perfectly balanced proportion, rivaling the quality of high-grade animal proteins like steak or eggs. And here's a fascinating and often overlooked bonus. This remarkable cheese contains natural compounds called casomorphins, which are opioid peptides derived from the digestion of casein. These compounds have a mild, calming effect on the central nervous system and have been shown to help soothe anxiety, reduce stress, and promote deeper, more restful, and restorative sleep. Following the traditional Italian custom of eating a small chunk of Parmigiano Reggiano after a meal can not only aid digestion by stimulating gastric juices, but also provide a perfect, slow-releasing protein boost without overwhelming your system, setting you up for a peaceful night. The natural healer, grass-fed raw cheddar. The word raw might sound slightly alarming to some, conjuring up unfounded fears of bacteria. However, when it comes to cheese, the use of raw, unpasteurized milk, when handled with traditional, time-honored techniques, can be the very key to unlocking an unparalleled treasure trove of profound health benefits. Properly aged raw milk cheddar, particularly when made from the milk of cows that have been 100% grass-fed, is unequivocally one of the healthiest and most nutritionally complete foods you can possibly eat. When cheese is crafted from raw, unpasteurized milk and then aged for a minimum of 60 days, a legal requirement in the United States and many other countries to ensure safety, any potentially harmful pathogens are naturally eliminated by the developing acidity and the beneficial bacteria, while all the beneficial, life-giving enzymes and probiotics remain perfectly intact and vibrantly alive. These are the very same delicate enzymes, such as lipase for fat digestion and phosphatase for mineral absorption, that are completely destroyed and denatured during the high-heat process of pasteurization. These natural enzymes play a vital, cooperative role in helping your body fully digest the cheese itself and, more importantly, absorb its incredible array of nutrients. The difference between cheese from grass-fed and grain-fed cows is not subtle. It is a chasm. Cheddar made from the milk of cows grazing on their natural diet of fresh pasture contains up to 500% more conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, than cheese from their conventionally raised, grain-fed counterparts. It also boasts significantly higher levels of anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids, helping to correct the pro-inflammatory omega-6, omega-3 imbalance that is rampant in the modern Western diet. The vitamin content of grass-fed raw cheddar reads like the label from a high-end supplement bottle. It is absolutely loaded with vitamin A in its most bioavailable form, retinol, which is crucial for maintaining sharp vision, robust immune function, and healthy skin. It also contains substantial levels of vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin, which is essential for calcium absorption and mood regulation. But its real secret weapon, much like aged Gouda, is its high concentration of vitamin K2, but specifically in the potent MK4 form. This form is derived directly from the vitamin K1 found in the green grass the cows consume and is considered by many researchers to be the most effective type for preventing plaque accumulation in the arteries and for building strong, resilient bones. Unlike sterile, pasteurized cheeses, raw cheddar is a living food, teeming with dozens of unique strains of beneficial bacteria that act as powerful probiotics, supporting a healthy and diverse gut microbiome. A robust gut is the very cornerstone of your overall health, boosting immunity, reducing inflammation, and even improving your mental health through the powerful and well-documented gut-brain axis. To reap its full and unadulterated rewards, always enjoy raw cheddar at room temperature, which allows its complex flavors to bloom, and never, ever heat it above 120 degrees, is 49 degrees, as higher temperatures will destroy the very enzymes and probiotics that make it such a nutritional powerhouse. The Alpine champion, Swiss Gruyere, earning the coveted top spot on our list of health-promoting cheeses, is authentic Swiss Gruyere, a magnificent cheese that represents the most complete and synergistic package of superior nutrition, exceptional digestibility, and profound, scientifically validated health benefits. It is, in many ways, the perfect cheese for healthy aging. Real Gruyere, which holds a protected designation of origin, AOP, must be made from the raw, unpasteurized milk of cows that graze exclusively on the lush, biodiverse alpine meadows during the summer months. This unique diet, rich in hundreds of different species of wild grasses, herbs, and flowers, creates a milk with a uniquely complex nutritional and flavor profile that continues to amaze and fascinate scientists. During the intricate aging process, which can last from 5 months to well over a year, a special class of beneficial bacteria known as Propionibacterium shermanii, the very same bacteria responsible for creating the signature eyes or holes in its cousin, Emmental, goes to work. These remarkable microbes consume the lactic acid in the cheese and, in the process, produce significant quantities of a compound called propionic acid. Propionic acid is a short-chain fatty acid, SCFA, that recent cutting-edge research has shown can exert powerful health benefits throughout the body. It has been demonstrated to reduce systemic inflammation, help lower LDL, bad cholesterol levels, improve insulin sensitivity, and even help prevent the growth of certain types of cancer cells, particularly in the colon. Gruyere also contains the highest levels of glutathione precursors of any cheese studied. Glutathione is rightfully known as your body's master antioxidant, an absolutely essential molecule for cellular detoxification, robust immune function, and protecting every single cell in your body from the relentless onslaught of free radical damage that drives the aging process. Our body's natural production of this critical antioxidant plummets dramatically as we age, leaving us more vulnerable to chronic disease. However, the specific amino acid profile in Gruyere, particularly its high levels of cysteine, glutamic acid, and glycine, provides the exact building blocks your body needs to boost its own production of glutathione naturally. What truly sets Gruyere apart from all other cheeses, however, is its incredible protein efficiency. The minimum 12-month aging process for a top-quality Gruyere breaks down its proteins not just into peptides, but into di- and tripeptides. These molecules are so small and simple that your body can absorb them directly through the intestinal wall without requiring any further digestive effort. This means you get all the muscle-building, tissue-repairing, and satiety-inducing benefits of its high protein content without placing any tax or strain on your digestive system. In fact, compelling studies from Switzerland have shown that elderly individuals who regularly consume aged alpine cheeses like Gruyere maintain their muscle mass and physical strength far better into old age than those who get their protein primarily from other sources. It is a true champion of healthy aging, a delicious investment in your long-term vitality. Here's the hidden dangers on your cheese board. The chemical imposter, processed cheese slices. Now, we must pivot from the sublime to the deeply concerning as we turn to the dark side of the dairy aisle. Those individually wrapped, unnaturally uniform, and fluorescent orange slices of cheese product might be a nostalgic symbol of childhood lunches and quick convenience, but they represent a nutritional nightmare of the highest order. These processed products are about as far from real, traditional cheese as one can possibly get. typically containing less than 50% actual cheese in their formulation. The remaining majority is a horrifying and unappetizing cocktail of water, cheap vegetable oils, chemical emulsifying agents, artificial colors, synthetic preservatives, and, most alarmingly, sodium phosphates. This concoction spells unmitigated disaster for your long-term health. Just 2 of these flimsy, plastic-like slices can contain over 600 milligrams of sodium, which is a significant portion of your daily recommended limit. More importantly, this sodium is often delivered in the form of sodium phosphate, an industrial additive that groundbreaking research has shown is far more readily absorbed and significantly more damaging to your cardiovascular system and kidneys than the sodium chloride or regular table salt you'd find in your salt shaker. The emulsifiers used to create that unnaturally smooth, never-breaking texture, such as potassium phosphate or sodium citrate, have been repeatedly shown in robust scientific studies to disrupt the delicate and critical balance of your gut microbiome. They can erode the protective mucus layer of your intestines, leading to chronic inflammation and increased intestinal permeability, a condition commonly known as leaky gut. This breach in the gut barrier can trigger a devastating cascade of systemic health issues, from painful autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis to debilitating mental health struggles like anxiety and depression. These products are often deceptively marketed as being a good source of calcium, but this claim is a cruel joke. The harsh chemical and extreme heat treatments used in their manufacturing process destroy any beneficial enzymes and fundamentally alter the nutrient structures, rendering the calcium and other minerals incredibly difficult for your body to actually absorb and utilize. You are, in essence, consuming a solidified chemical concoction, a food-like substance that offers no real nutritional value while actively and aggressively contributing to systemic inflammation, metabolic dysfunction, and your long-term disease risk. It is not food, it is an industrial product that has no place in a healthy body. The Jar of Deception Shelf-Stable Cheese Spreads. If you ever encounter a cheese product sitting on a regular unrefrigerated grocery store shelf, perhaps nestled between the crackers and the canned goods, it should serve as a massive, blaring red flag. These cheese-like spreads, typically packaged in jars or aerosol cans, which can last for many months or even years at room temperature before being opened, are cheese in name only. They are triumphs of modern food engineering but catastrophic failures of nutrition, often containing more modified food starch, palm oil, whey protein concentrate, and a litany of chemical additives than any discernible amount of actual dairy. The intensive, ultra-high heat processing required to make them so astonishingly shelf-stable completely annihilates any potential nutritional value that might have been present in the original ingredients, replacing it with a host of demonstrably harmful substances. Many of these spreads historically contained, and some still do contain, partially hydrogenated oils, the primary source of artificial trans fats. These fats are so definitively and causally linked to heart disease, inflammation, and cellular dysfunction that they have been outright banned in many developed countries. Even newer versions that proudly claim to be trans fat-free on their labels often use other highly engineered fats, such as intraesterified fats, which preliminary research strongly suggests may be just as harmful to your cholesterol levels and vascular health. The sodium content is almost always astronomical, often exceeding that of processed slices, and the artificial colors and synthetic flavors used to mimic the look and taste of real cheese have been linked in various studies to a wide range of health issues, including allergic reactions and hyperactivity in sensitive individuals. Perhaps the most disturbing and insidious element of these products is the likely presence of phthalates, a class of potent hormone-disrupting chemicals. Phthalates can leach from the plastic jar, lid lining, or aerosol can components directly into the fatty, oily spread within. These chemicals, which are used to make plastics more flexible, have been strongly linked by a growing body of evidence to metabolic disorders like obesity and diabetes, serious reproductive problems, and even certain types of hormone-related cancers. This makes this easily spreadable cheese a truly toxic product that should be avoided at all costs, as it represents a multi-pronged assault on your body's delicate hormonal and metabolic systems. The convenient mistake: pre-shredded cheese. This particular offender may come as a genuine surprise to many, as it seems so harmless and benign. It is marketed as a simple shortcut, a way to save a minute or two of grating a block of cheese in the kitchen. However, opting for that bag of pre-shredded cheese is one of the worst and most deceptive choices you can make in the dairy aisle. And it has everything to do with the invisible additives used to keep those little individual shreds from clumping together into one solid, unappealing ball in the bag. To prevent this natural caking process, manufacturers coat the cheese shreds with various anti-caking agents, most commonly cellulose. While this may sound innocuous, cellulose is, quite literally, refined wood pulp or cotton fiber. While it is classified as generally recognized as safe and is not acutely toxic, this indigestible fiber can cause significant digestive distress, including bloating, gas, and cramping for many people, especially those with sensitive digestive tracts. It adds bulk and prevents clumping, but it provides zero nutrition and can actively irritate your gut. More concerning from a long-term health perspective is the common use of natamycin, also known as pimericin, a powerful antifungal agent that is sprayed onto the cheese to prevent the growth of mold. Natamycin is, in fact, a potent antibiotic. With regular, repeated consumption of pre-shredded cheese, you are introducing a low dose of an antibiotic into your system, which can systematically disrupt the delicate balance of your gut microbiome. This can kill off beneficial bacteria, allowing more harmful, opportunistic microbes to flourish, thereby weakening the very foundation of your immune system and your mental well-being. Furthermore, the cheese selected for pre-shredded products is almost always of a lower quality and grade than the blocks sold alongside it. The shredding process itself vastly increases the surface area of the cheese that is exposed to oxygen and light, causing it to oxidize far more rapidly. This oxidation process destroys delicate, beneficial nutrients like vitamins and healthy fats, and can even create harmful pro-inflammatory compounds. When you factor in the significantly higher price per ounce you pay for the convenience, the demonstrably inferior taste and melting properties, and the cocktail of added chemicals and antibiotics, you are essentially paying a premium for a nutritionally compromised product that is actively working against your health. Taking 60 seconds to grate a block of high-quality cheese is one of the best investments you can make for both your wallet and your well-being. The risky indulgence: blue cheese. Blue cheese, with its distinctive sharp, piquant flavor and intensely pungent aroma, is a famously polarizing food. People tend to either love it or hate it. While the specific mold used to create its characteristic blue or green veins, Penicillium roqueforti, or Penicillium glaucum, is generally considered safe for consumption by most healthy individuals, blue cheese contains a unique combination of hidden compounds that can be particularly problematic and even dangerous for older adults. It is extraordinarily high in a compound called tyramine, a vasoactive amine that forms from the natural breakdown of the amino acid tyrosine in aged and fermented foods. For the millions of individuals who are susceptible to migraine headaches, tyramine is a notorious and powerful trigger. Even more dangerously, for anyone taking a common class of medications called monoamine oxidase inhibitors, MAOIs, which are often prescribed for atypical depression or Parkinson's disease, consuming a tyramine-rich food like blue cheese can cause a hypertensive crisis. This is a sudden, severe, and dramatic spike in blood pressure that can lead to a pounding headache, profuse sweating, heart palpitations, and, in severe cases, a stroke or heart attack. It is a medical emergency that can be life-threatening. The molds used in blue cheese production also produce various mycotoxins as a natural part of their life cycle. While the levels of these toxins, such as roquefortine C, are generally low and considered safe by regulatory agencies, these toxins can bioaccumulate in the body's tissues over time, placing an additional toxic burden on the liver, which is responsible for detoxification. Furthermore, blue cheese is one of the highest histamine-containing foods you can possibly eat. For the surprisingly large number of people who have histamine intolerance, a condition where the body cannot effectively break down excess histamine, this can trigger a wide and often baffling range of inflammatory symptoms, from debilitating headaches, itchy skin rashes, and nasal congestion to severe anxiety, brain fog, and digestive upset. The potent combination of extremely high tyramine levels, massive amounts of histamine, a high concentration of inflammatory fats, and an excessive sodium content makes blue cheese a very risky choice that offers minimal unique nutritional benefits when compared to the profound potential for harm it carries, especially for a mature adult population. The choice, ultimately, is yours to make every single time you shop. Standing in that familiar dairy aisle, you now possess the power of knowledge, the ability to see past the slick marketing, the comforting nostalgia, and the colorful, enticing packaging. You are no longer an unwitting consumer, but an informed guardian of your own health. You can consciously choose the cheeses that will build your body up, protect your heart from disease, fortify your bones against fracture, and sharpen your mind for the years to come. Or, you can continue to choose the deceptive, highly processed imposters that will quietly and insidiously tear you down, one slice, one spread, one shred at a time. The knowledge to make every meal, every snack, every single bite of food you eat work for you, not against you, is now firmly in your hands. Embrace this power, transform your refrigerator, and take a delicious and decisive step toward a longer, healthier, and more vibrant life.